everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Carrie. I'm a bag lover and I do videos on low-key luxury bags, and I personally love sharing new, relatively unknown brands. But today's video is not one of those. I'm still quite new to YouTube, so I do really enjoy reading all your comments and suggestions, and I try to take them on board. So if you do enjoy my content, I would be so grateful if you could like this video and subscribe to my channel so that I can keep bringing you new content. So today I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on this beautiful bag right here. This is the Fendi By The Way bag, and it's just the regular size. I know they've come up with a mini size, which is adorable. My friend has one. It's quite a bit smaller, I'd say. But yeah, this is the regular size. I previously did do an unboxing of this particular bag, which you can watch hopefully here somewhere. So what I'll do in this video is I'm going to go through the wear and tear of the bag, the pros and cons, and give you my overall thoughts. And I'm going to round off the video with some mod shots just so you can see, sort of have an idea of the size. I also did want to make some brief comparisons between this bag and my Loewe medium puzzle, which you can see here, because they're actually quite similar in many ways. But I realized as I was doing the video that it's just going to be way too long a video if I tried to do the comparison in the same video. So today will just be about the Fendi By The Way, and at some point I'm hoping I'll do the comparison video. I also wasn't planning to show you what fits in this bag, just because it's quite a spacious bag, and you know, it's not like a mini bag where I think lots of people will be curious how much stuff can fit into it. This is a relatively spacious bag, and I will show you the interior, but I'm not going to do what fits. If anyone is absolutely dying to know what fits in this bag though, then drop me a line in the comments, and I can try and do just a short video on that, because you know, I'll just try my best to do that. I'll also put some timestamps down below in the description box so that you can easily navigate the video. But anyway, let's get started. So looking at wear and tear, I bought this bag in August 2021, so it's been about 6 months. And this is a bag I do constantly reach for because it's spacious while not being bulky. And I use the bag relatively carefully, but as I've mentioned in some of my previous videos, I don't baby my bags. So bear that all in mind as we go into wear and tear. The first thing I think I wanted to show you guys was the corners of this bag, because I think someone actually commented in my unboxing video and asked me about wear and tear, and the first thing that came to my mind was about the corners. So I'm hoping to show you. So this is the front corner. I don't know if it's actually going to show up on, yeah, okay. So can you see that it's kind of scruffed off quite a bit? It's definitely not ideal. And when I noticed this, I have to admit I got quite sad. Similarly, you know, this corner as well, you can kind of see a little bit of scuff. So the back corners are a bit better. I don't know why. That's the worst thing about wear and tear. You never really know how things got worn and how this happened. But yeah, so the back corners are a bit better, but you'll see that the front corners are worn, and I don't remember anything in particular causing that. So it must just be from sort of general wear. Obviously there are no feet on the bag, so that might have contributed to the fact that the corners are a bit worn. I personally, my theory is that as I wear the bag against my body, and like if I don't know, accidentally like rub against something else, like when I'm on the tube or something, I think that's how the corners get worn. But it is disappointing because I've only used this for 6 months and the corners aren't just, I mean this corner in particular, there's just noticeable wear. So that is definitely something to bear in mind. I think the second thing, again, don't know how it happened. Maybe this says more about me than it does about the bag, but anyway. Don't know how it happened, but I think there are some watermarks on my bag. Again, I'm going to try and show you, but I don't know if you can see. So for example, that is a watermark. Okay, where's the other one? here's another one. Can you see that? This one right here? Yeah. So there are these watermarks on the bag that I don't know how they came about, especially because they're kind of on the base of the bag. I have a feeling that it wasn't rain, because I don't wear this bag out in the rain, but it must have been like, I don't know, when I was washing my hands, and you know, when you do that, when there's no hand dryer and there's no tissue to dry your hands. I have no idea. That's, again, another bizarre theory of mine, but there are these watermarks and I don't know how to get rid of them. So that's quite upsetting. If anybody does know how to get rid of watermarks, by the way, can you please tell me, because I just have no clue and I'm too afraid to try anything. So let me know. The third thing I think is quite similar to the watermarks issue, and I think it's just because it's such a plain monocolored surface and it's smooth leather and everything. I've got some dirt marks on this bag. So if you look closely, again, I'm hoping this shows up. Like, that is just a mark of dirt. I don't know if you can see this, but there is just some, yeah, I think you can. There are just some dirt marks on this bag, and not sure how they got there. The back is much better, but the front, you know, marks do show up quite clearly. And so, again, it's a little bit difficult, I'd say, to use this bag without getting it dirty, without scuffing the corners, without getting watermarks. Because ultimately, you know, unless you really baby your bags, you live your life with the bag, so things happen. But I think what's disappointing is actually they do show up quite well because it's such smooth leather and it's, you know, there's not much going on with the bag, so I think dirt shows up particularly well in this bag. And the fourth and final thing to be aware of when it comes to wear and tear is the gold hardware. My caveat to that is that this bag and a lot of the other colorways that it comes in have silver hardware. So if you've gone for a silver hardware version, I would say you might not get this problem. So just bear that in mind, because I think this is only a gold hardware problem. But basically I think it must be when I've been wearing my bag crossbody and these studs rubbing against my coats and clothes. But basically, again, I'm hoping it's going to show, the very tip of this gold stud has started to lose its colour, like its gold plate. I don't know at all if this is showing, but all of this is gold, and I can just notice myself that the tip of this stud has lost its gold. This one I think is a bit better, but I'm sure it's on its way as well, seeing as it's exactly the same material. But yeah, this one in particular has definitely started to lose the tip of the gold. And so I think it's just a matter of time before, you know, the gold starts rubbing off on all the gold studs, which again, slightly concerning, but not the end of the world. I think all in all, bearing in mind the fact that I've only used this bag for 6 months, I have to admit that the wear and tear has been a little bit disappointing. And it's probably, I think personally, one of the worst bags that I own in terms of being durable. So that is definitely the biggest con I have for this bag. And now that we're on to cons, I feel like let's just finish the cons off so that we can move on to the pros. Another con is that when I wear this bag crossbody, this strap does this, oh, there we go, perfect. Does this like loopy thing where this thing will just, well, okay, it's not that obvious, but it will do this thing where basically you want the strap to be like this, right, across your body, but it doesn't. It kind of moves a little bit, so you've got this awkward loop when you're carrying it crossbody. It gets a little bit annoying, I have to say, especially when people point it out to you, because then you're just a bit embarrassed and you have to just, you know, readjust it. But, you know, it's not the end of the world. It's just one of those things that I don't know if there's any way to solve it, and it's just the outcome of the strap design. Something to be aware of. And then my other two cons are not really cons, I think they're just personal preferences, but I'll tell you guys them anyway in case anybody has the same ideas that I do. The first one being that I wish these handles, which come up like this, I wish these handles were just a little bit rounder so that you could do like an underarm crook of the elbow kind of thing, like sometimes when you just want to go hands-free but you don't want to do crossbody. But because they come up so little, you can't wear it that way. So if you're someone who enjoys wearing their bags in the crook of your elbow, then this is not the bag for you. End of. But again, that's my preference. And I think another preference that I have, and for those of you who have been religiously watching my videos, you will know, this bag, and sorry for the sound that I'm about to make, the interior of this bag is quite spacious, as you can see, but one of the problems I have with it, and it's not really a problem, but you know, I would just personally prefer if there wasn't this internal partition, because I prefer to just have one massive black hole of a bag so that I can throw anything in there and the shape wouldn't really matter that much. And the reason I don't like having partitions, for example, is if I want to put my flask in here, which it does fit, by the way, like I totally could put my flask in here, because there's only sort of half the space, if you like, it will sort of show up as like a bit of an imprint on my bag on the front. And I personally think that if you just get rid of the partition, that problem would not exist. Having said that, it's totally a personal preference, and the fact that you can, you know, use this internal zipped compartment to put your keys and your wallet so that they're easily accessible, you know, I'm sure that's a pro to a lot of people. So that's just my own thing. I completely appreciate that not everyone will feel the same way. And that's it. Those are the end of my cons. So let's move on to the pros. Oh, I'm so glad we're finally at the pros, because I love this bag. Despite all of the stuff that I've just mentioned, I reach for this bag more than I would say any of my other bags. It's so versatile because of its super simple aesthetic. I wear it to work, I wear it to smart casual situation. This is the perfect smart casual situation bag. You know those people who basically have not really thought through what their dress code is for their event and they end up saying smart casual and everyone's like, what does that mean? Well, this bag is my go-to smart casual bag. I can also wear it casually at brunch with my friends or just to run errands, because it is just the perfect mix between being stylish yet super functional. And for those of you who, you know, want to be a bit more daring with their fashion choices, the fact that these straps are just, you know, simple, what are these called? Lobster clasp straps, means that you can just change the strap into something, you know, super jazzy, super rock and roll style, or like something just different. So you can change up the straps and add all sorts of key rings and whatnot to your bag if you're one of those people. So that's my first pro, which is just how versatile this bag is and how functional it is. The second pro that I have is that the bag holds a lot, and basically I feel like for how much it holds, it really doesn't look that bulky. And this is where I will make a slight comparison to my Loewe medium puzzle. So this bag is my dream bag, or it was my dream bag before I bought it, because it just has everything that I've ever wanted in a bag. It, you know, it's versatile. It has a top handle, it has the strap, so you can carry it cross body, but also the internal of this bag is a massive black hole. If I just take out this stuff. Sorry, it's got so much stuffing in here. Do you see that? Just one big massive compartment. And I would say that the capacity of this bag and the capacity of this bag are actually quite similar. Obviously this bag does ultimately hold more, you can see that it's slightly bigger, but they are similar in terms of, or comparable rather, in terms of how much they hold. And what I wanted to basically say is that even though these bags' capacity are comparable, this bag is just a lot less bulky than this Loewe bag. And when I wear this bag, it feels like, you know, wow, that's a bag, because it's not only beautiful, but it's just really bulky. Because I went for the medium, I got a bit greedy, I probably should have gone for the small. Whereas this bag, even though it carries maybe just a little bit less, I'd say the only thing that I can carry in this bag that I can't in this bag is my iPad. Anyway, this bag, because it carries so much, I'm just so impressed by how non-bulky it is. And I think it's to do with this triangular kind of design, because when it sits on the body, it can sit quite close to the body. Whereas with my Loewe, when it sits on the body, it kind of just bulks out from all angles. So yeah, so just something to bear in mind about the Loewe, but definitely a pro for the Fendi. The third pro I have is that the bag is also super light. It's definitely one of the lightest bags that I own for this size. Obviously I have, you know, mini bags which weigh a lot less. But anyway, this is quite an impressive thing about the bag, which is that even when I stuff the bag full, it's not heavy because of the weight of the bag, it's heavy because of the things in the bag. So that's a massive pro for me, because I absolutely hate heavy bags. And a couple of other pros are just that the zip is fantastic. It opens all the way, unlike some bags which, you know, have a very small opening. So this zip, because it opens all the way, makes everything inside your bag super easily accessible. And so when you're running errands especially, I think that's such a pro. And also I can't not mention the fact that these top handles are retractable, is that the word? Because you can press them down and they are nice and flat against the bag, or you can lift them up and they stay up like that. So again, at the back, you can also lift one up and have one down. I don't know why you do that, but you know, the option is there. But yeah, you can just lift these up and you've got a top handle bag. So that is such a cool design. I've never seen that on a different bag, but yeah, I can see that maybe it's a Marmite kind of thing. You might love it, you might hate it. I personally think it's great, and it just changes the look of the bag. I mean, all in all, having said everything that I've said, I do admit that the wear and tear of the bag has been disappointing. But I do still love the bag. I hope you can kind of tell. I can't really give you one specific reason why I love the bag and I would still buy this knowing what I know now. But it's just a bag that I reach for all the time. I think it's elegant while being highly functional. And it's just one of those bags that does a lot for what it is. I didn't want to talk about price point in either the pro and the con section, because I do think that it just depends on your financial situation. And everyone's financial situations are different. But I will say that for a bag from one of the top luxury houses, you know, like Louis Vuitton, Celine, Loewe, Gucci, Saint Laurent, I do think that the price of this particular model is quite reasonable. So Fendi obviously have much more famous models of bag, like the Peekaboo, but that is like twice the price of this bag. And I'm just not prepared to pay that for that particular model. So yeah, so I think, bearing in mind that this is a Fendi bag, I think the price is quite reasonable. But again, I totally appreciate that it depends on your own financial situation. And I would never, ever encourage anyone to go into debt to buy a bag. It's a bag. At the end of the day, it's just not worth getting financially stressed over a bag. But anyway, those are my thoughts on the bag. I don't know how everyone's gonna feel about the bag after seeing this video. I think it's totally a personal preference. You know, if slight wear and tear really bothers you, then I just would not go near this bag. I don't think it's held up that well, especially when there are much better bags out there if you want durability. But if you're someone who wants something that is just super easy to wear, very functional and very simple and elegant and low key, because I mean, this logo, I mean, unless you really come very close to look at it, is not that noticeable. So yeah, I think if you're one of those people, then this bag is totally for you. So it really depends. But yeah, do leave your thoughts and your comments down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think, because I'll be very, very curious. But yeah, those are my thoughts, and I'm gonna show you some mod shots now, and then that will be it. So thanks in advance for watching this video. Please, please do consider subscribing to my channel. I'm gonna try and put some buttons here. They may or may not be here, we'll see. If you like content like this, I'm gonna try my best to keep bringing it to you, but I just need your support. I'm still new to YouTube, so again, please be nice. But any constructive criticism is totally appreciated. So stay safe, and I'll see you at my next video. Thank you.